Hello and welcome to Amazing Philippines channel. I recently took a ride on one of these small ferries from Cebu City over to the north end of Bohol Island, about a 2-hour ride, and I believe it was about 160 pesos, I believe, to cross here on one of these. A lot of people take the fast ferries down to Tagbilaran and then take a bus up. The fast ferry coming back cost me 400 pesos. Anyway, this was a 2-hour trip. I went partly at the invite of Dan. He's got a YouTube channel called BLINDOWL Outdoors. If you want to get an idea what it can be like to live in the province, in the country, in the Philippines. He's got a lot of those types of videos. He also gets involved in bushcraft, survival skills. Taught me a couple ways to make fire without matches or lighters, so that could be good or bad depending upon whose hands that knowledge is in. Anyway, I had a really fun time over there. Traveled down to Tagbilaran in the south and spent yesterday running around Panglao Island. It has some resorts down there, and anyway, I've got lots of video footage to put up in the next couple of weeks with some of those adventures. In this video, Dan and his family are giving me a tour of his property, his outdoor kitchen, his various ovens that he's made for cooking various types of things, and I think you'll find it interesting. His wife and child get involved with him in building these and using them in their baking and cooking needs. So come along.
9,000 people a night are watching this stuff, so you're going to be seen by a lot of people. See, what's Marfi doing here? We got a bowl of seaweed, some tomatoes, different type of seaweed.
And there is
Marfi's,
chicken.
Marfi's butchering the chickens?
Yes.
Wow.
And Shannon is
Very
watching.
Seaweed is very healthy, right?
Yeah, it is.
What are the different kinds of seaweed?
There's two different kinds right here. There's that kind right there and this kind right here.
Ah, you go to the sea to get it?
You
buy
could,
it?
but no, we go to the market.
Oh.
Went to Hatapi Market this morning. I think that's probably out in the water somewhere, isn't it? You don't get it by the shore. But actually, any seaweed you can eat.
Can you? Really?
Any stuff that floats up on the shore. Yeah, any seaweed's edible. May not be very good tasting, but...
There's a Japanese place in Cebu City, and they take seawood, they make like a leaf. I think they press it into a leaf form, and they'll wrap chicken and rice, or hamburger and rice.
Probably a kelp, type of kelp.
Might be. Oh. But.
I will use this.
So this is your stove.
Yeah,
Yes, charcoal.
we burn with charcoal right here.
Okay,
See how
and
black?
you make that yourself?
No, we buy it from a local up in the mountains.
All right, one of those rich foreigners. You buy everything
You can
instead of making it yourself.
You can see the walls all black. That's because we used wood for 4 years, and we switched to charcoal now because there's no smoke in it at all. It cooks a little slower, but Marfi adapted to it real well. And this
looks awful tasty.
Yeah, what's in there? That's sweet
Oh,
potatoes.
I thought you were cooking this here.
No. And this is my favorite thing right here. This is a little. That's okay. This is a little alcohol stove here.
All right.
This is fantastic for cooking hot dogs and things like that. That's okay. You don't. Let it sit. There's not gonna hurt you.
And camotes is a sweet potato, right?
Yes.
Not all. Yeah, I love sweet potatoes. Yeah, they're the most healthy.
Oh yeah, they're much better than a regular potato.
Yeah.
I don't like them though.
Yeah, there's different varieties. I've had a couple there. They taste different. Depends on what variety you get.
Yeah, it depends where they're grown at and stuff.
But I never know really what variety I'm buying. I just
We go for the ones that are a little bigger around. We saw some today. They were all about this size. And it's not because they were young. It's just a different, like I say, it's just a different style of it.
Now this is all the lumber that you put together, huh?
What's that?
This is your building material down here.
This is what's left over, yeah.
Okay.
We also, Pastor Tim was real nice. He made a little shelf under here with some of the good lumber that we we haven't used yet.
Oh, okay.
Actually, we're going to make some sawhorses out of that, the goal. And we just dug a new fire pit. I put a video up of that, our first fire on the vernal or the autumnal equinox the other day.
Yeah, I saw that
Blew up
video.
in my face real good.
I saw that video. A lot of comments about.
I made the mistake of putting a bottle of alcohol in there. It flamed up like gasoline.
You had a lot of comments about not using about your eyebrows.
They were all saying don't use gasoline, but I didn't use gasoline. I would have used kerosene, but we didn't have any. Don't break my swing with your big asses over there, huh? But the wood we use is called tipu, and it's not the best wood. That's the problem with it. Is the bugs really like it? And
it's hard to treat, so I mean.
Well, you really can't treat it at all. Just we can put varnish on it and stuff, but the bugs don't care about the varnish. That doesn't slow them down. You need to use a wood called Gimelina, and then you have to buy that, and it's about 30 pesos a board foot. And that house there would have cost $10,000 if we would have used.
Now, there's a lot of mahogany in the Philippines.
Mahogany's absolute crap.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty. Some of it's pretty. The Philippine mahogany is the lowest grade mahogany in the world. Honduras mahogany is what you want.
Okay.
But the boring bugs love mahogany also. Yeah. I've had a few pieces of mahogany. We're going to build a boat out of one time, but the bugs got to it before I did.
And what is this tree here?
That's a mango tree. Big mango tree. The other one in front of the hut, that's a mango tree. The one over there where the girls are at by the swing, that's a mango tree.
Okay.
Those 3 trees were on the property when I got here.
Okay.
The big coconut trees were on the property. My lane only goes to the hill here.
Okay.
And then
I'd like to get a video of you climbing a coconut tree.
You won't get that. I'll take a video of you climbing a coconut tree if you want.
Well, I climbed a lot of trees as a kid, and I think I could do it.
Well, actually, look, see, there's steps cut in them. It's easy to go up. Really, it's just like climbing a ladder. Big steps.
Real easy coming down too.
But no, coming down is really hard because you gotta hug it coming down. And I've been up them before. When I lived in Cebu for a year, I climbed a couple coconut trees. These are small ones here. These are only about 10, 20, about 45 footers or so.
The last one I tried to was in a park in Cebu City, and I mean that thing was big around.
Yeah,
there's just no way you could
probably
get
an old red one.
No way you could get your arms around it. So
what you do is you wrap a thing around your feet, and you use it against the string rests on the side of the trunk, and you can just grab hold of this, lift your legs up, stand up, grab again, stand up like a deer stand kind of type thing. They work really good. I watched a video a while back of a 80-some-year-old guy climbs up a tree, and then he starts wiggling back and forth, and he gets it swaying, and he reaches over and grabs another coconut tree, climbs over to that, and then he comes down, straight down to the ground, and then puts the string on the thing about this far from the ground and stops him. Now, some old master. He's probably done it a million
I'll have
times.
to find a master to show me. I still think I can climb a coconut tree. I've never climbed one.
You're more than welcome. All these here get climbed, probably 4 times a year to get the coconuts off of them. They just cleaned them the other day.
Is that how many times they produce? About?
Yeah, 3 or 4 times a year.
Okay.
Down here, this is our little private area. We call it my personal space. This is where I go down and do bushcraft and stuff. This is just the cart broke. It was basically a useless part of the hill. It was full of brush. And I come over here on this side. I dug it all out. And this whole area here flat, so we had a little place to work.
Yeah.
One of my videos was carrying this log up the hill.
I remember seeing this in your videos.
That was quite an adventure. And the hard part is to keep all the termites and stuff out of it. I had a big fire here the day, and it burnt the string on my tripod, so that fell down. I haven't come down here much in the rainy season because there's actually clouds of mosquitoes down here sometime.
Is this your well?
No, this is a rocket stove where you put your wood in through here, and the flame comes up through the top.
Oh, okay.
You can cook like a pot of rice. Let's say it takes 6 or 7 pieces of wood to cook a pot of rice in the stove in the kitchen. On 2.5 pieces of wood, all chopped up thin, you can cook the same thing with this stove. It's so efficient the way it goes up. And it's made out of cement. This big log here is I throw knives into just for when I'm bored. Yeah. Walk over here. You're on the edge of the jungle here.
Whoa! That's one of your man traps you set for your
Good one
thief.
there. See how spry I am, you know?
Yeah.
Right up. That's good for the lower back.
You didn't put the poison spikes in there yet.
I wanted to put them on the other trap we made for the chicken thief. They had a fit. They wouldn't let me. But if you walk down here, you can see it's pretty thick.
Yeah.
The bad thing here is it's so thick sometimes you can't see the snakes. And we do have a lot of cobras in the Philippines. They're yellow and black. And there's also another snake that lives around here called a banacun that actually will chase you. And they're pretty mean. They say when it starts chasing, they get anywhere from 5 or 6 feet up to 18 feet, big as around your leg. And then one starts chasing you, rip your shirt off and throw it in the ground and run away because they'll go for your shirt, for your
Really?
smell.
Good to know.
Highly poisonous. A guy got killed over here about 4 or 5 months ago in one of the rice fields they were. Now see, they were just in here cutting bamboo, and they don't ever clean anything up. They come in here and they cut it and they split it up and they take it home. Either they sell it for building, or they take the outside part out and they use it for making crab traps and stuff.
Now, does somebody own this property?
Well, somebody owns every property, yeah.
Okay, so it's not a lot. You don't get, like the USA, you don't get a lot of government owned.
Well, there's probably government-owned stuff here too, but everything here is owned by somebody, yeah. Guarantee you. And if it's government-owned, it's fenced off where you can't use it, not like back home. No, there's no parks here. There's no parks, there's nothing like that in the Philippines. Maybe in other islands, there's nothing on this island. There's one national forest. I've never been there yet, but I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, I've seen a couple videos of people going up into somebody was at some kind of national forest a while back, I forget where. But it was closed. There was nobody attending it or anything. They just walked around. I think there were some caves up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of caves here in the Philippines too. Especially over in Cebu, there's a lot of caves. You go down I spent a year down between San Fernando and Carcar up in the mountains.
Oh, really?
That's where my first wife lived at. And it was real rustic back there. Real superstitious.
Now these coconut shells, somebody came down and you did the harvest here?
Yeah, they harvested the coconuts and then they took out
the meat?
Took the meat out of them. Oh, something just bit me good there. You see, this is all full of ants. Now these are friendly ants here. You see any ant that's moving fast like that, there's no problem with them. It's the ants that move real slow. They're the ones that bite and sting you. And something just got me good on the back of my leg. I don't know what it was.
It'd be interesting to see if those mosquito repellent things, because it's natural stuff.
But they take out the shell out of them too. They take the meat out first. Then somebody else comes in and takes the shell out, and they sell the shell for about $1 a kilo also. Okay. And that gets broken up, and then they make charcoal out of it. What do they call it? It's a special type of charcoal that they use for filters and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know when NASA was using this stuff, all the activated charcoal, that's what it's called. Well, I got something on me now. The activated.
And it was this point where I was stung once and Dan was stung several times, and we hightailed it out of there as fast as we could go. He had several good welts out of the deal. Fortunately, I just had one small one. But anyway, that's an introduction to Dan and the Blind Owl Outdoors. You can check out his site. He's got lots of really interesting videos about his life up there in Burgos, up in the northern end of Bohol, the Philippines. I spent about 2 days there, and then I took about a 3-hour bus ride down to Tagbilaran in the south end of Bohol, and then I spent a day running around with a pedicab or tricycle driver all the way around the island of Panglao. So I will have several videos coming up in the next few days, a week or two. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.